What's going on, everyone? Today we have the 2020 Lexus RX 350, and this is much more than a facelift. It's got a refresh for this year, got a couple new features. It's supposed to drive better. Stick around because we're going to do a point of view test drive, and at the end I'll tell you exactly what I think about this. Now let's take a look at the exterior of this 2020 Lexus RX, and there are some changes. I do have a review of the non-F-Sport RXL model if you want to see that. So this will primarily be over this F-Sport model. Lexus did a really nice job with this design. I believe that it is a better looking design than the last one, even though it is subtle. There's an updated signature grille for this F-Sport model. We even get slimmer headlamps, LED daytime running lights in that checkmark L theme, and we have the optional triple beam LED headlights that are redesigned. They have dynamic auto leveling and a cornering feature, plus LED fog lights and LED turn signals. And I have a night video showing you how that works. They are a pretty nice headlight. They do work well if you want to see that. The only problem is when I'm driving, they seem to aim a little low, almost as if they leveled themselves out a little low. Aside from that, we have the Matador red paint right here. This is a Matador mica. It is pretty sharp. It looks good. It is flaky as well. Looks good in different lighting, sometimes almost a little bit orangey. Paired with 20-inch dark graphite wheels in the front. We have vented front and vented back brakes as well. Plus, on our F-Sport model, we get black mirrors. They are power folding, auto dimming with the turn signal and blind spot monitoring in them as well. So they are flat out loaded. And then on the side profile, everything looks pretty similar. You still have a floating roof design in the back, kind of a crunched down rear end style. We also get a front and rear stabilizer bars that are lighter and thicker, so this should help with better handling with retuned shock absorbers. We also have an upgraded damper system to reduce vibration, and we have the adaptive variable suspension found in the Lexus LC. And we'll take a test drive and see how everything goes. Ground clearance is 8.2 inches, and even the back of the Lexus RX 350 has an updated rear fascia. You have the L-themed taillights. Turn signal is nice, LED lights all around back here, plus a dual exhaust and a rear diffuser. Now, before we check out the cargo area, I want you to know that this has the Lexus Safety System 2.0, all the bells and whistles, all the features you can think of. I'll have a video in the description below giving you a tutorial of how to use those features. Thank you so much for watching, and subscribe for more videos like this. Now, cargo space is still important, right? And with the RX 350, we have the power lift gate right here. And the nice thing is, every time I've used this, it's actually worked. Sometimes I could kick and swing and crawl under there and lick the bottom of the sensor and nothing happens. But I haven't had any trouble with this. And when I put my stroller back here, it swallows it up pretty easily. You can shove some golf clubs back here, multiple suitcases. It is not as big as some competitors and some other vehicles, even like the Highlander or the RAV4 even is bigger than this, but still not too bad with the cargo space. And another nice thing is that we have 5 different settings. I think it's 5 settings that you can adjust the height of this. So if you're shorter, you can have it open up a little lower. If you're taller, you can have it open up taller. And this is as tall as it goes. I'm 5'9", and I've got maybe an inch or two, but most time you're gonna be ducking under here anyways. All right, now giving you a closer look at this cargo area. So first of all, we've got this cargo cover right here, which is nice. You can pull it out. You can even remove it if you want. There is a hook on each side, and then we have these pull tabs to lower down those seats, and you can actually do a 40-60 split, or you can do a 40-20-40. So you can just do that middle one if you want. You can see the metal hook right there, or the metal tie down. There's 4 of those in here. Another hook on this side, lights on both sides, and there's even a light right up above here. And then underneath of here, we get a spare tire and an extra little storage cubby, which is really nice. Now, Lexus gives us the smart key system. It's the typical Lexus key fob. You can get a glove for it. Got a physical key that you can pull out as well. Now, it does have remote start. You have to push and hold the lock button down 3 times, and it takes a long time to start up. And then the annoying thing, I've showed you this before, and I don't consider it a safety feature, but as soon as you open the door, it shuts off. Now, it doesn't make sense to me because nobody can get in it because it's locked, so they can't drive away or anything. But I mean, I guess if they're gonna do it, they're gonna do it. I just wish they would just put a simple remote start button on there instead. Now, getting into this Lexus RX 350 is a breeze. You literally can just slide right in, and then you've got the entry exit system. So you've got the movable steering wheel, movable seat, which is great for getting in and out. We have the F Sport specific seats. These actually aren't leather, they're new Lux material, and they feel really nice still. They look nice, they feel nice, they probably will last a long time and not get quite as cold or quite as hot as actual leather seats. The F Sport seats have bigger bolsters. They're 10-way power adjustable with heating and ventilation and 3-way memory settings as well. The seats themselves are comfortable. I like the bolstering. It gives you a hug. The seat bottom is actually maybe a little narrow, so if you are wider or have bigger legs, you might have a little bit of difficulty in here. Test it out yourself. 5'9". I've got it up a little higher than I normally actually like to sit, because you can sit really low in here or you can sit pretty high, and I've still got good headroom. I showed you the entry exit system. This is also power adjustable, so you can move it wherever you want, and you can turn the entry exit system off as well. Circuit red seats are available in here. We just have the black seats in here right now, and you can also get a cushion extender on the luxury package, which we don't have. One complaint that I have is that the adjustments on here just don't match some of the other luxury competitors. I'm pretty comfortable in here. I really like these seats, but I think just even an up and down on the lumbar support would be a nice addition. Now that we've hopped inside this Lexus RX, let me show you these materials and everything in here. We've got nice soft materials up above, nice soft materials on the door. Armrest is good size and soft, good grip as well. Everything is laid out really well. You've got your memory seat functions up there. I like this bin right here. You can put like an umbrella in there, or you can pull it out and shove a water bottle, and my large bottle even fits in there. Right here on the inside, we've got our head-up display. You can open the hatch. You've got automatic high beams, heated steering wheel, and your surround view monitor button. Plus, we have a nice soft felt-lined storage bin. Since we have the F Sport model, we get these aluminum pedals in here as well, so this is pretty nice. It's just an extra little touch that you get. And then taking a look at our steering wheel, we've got this leather wrapped with a perforated section right here. The heating is only from here to here, and I get that. That's where you're supposed to put your hands, but I mean, sometimes when I'm grabbing on, it's like half my hand is not getting warmed up unless I hold it like this, which I don't always want to do. But small complaint, you've got all the necessary functions and controls for your radio, your information display up there as well. Very comfortable steering wheel to hold on to. Let's go ahead and start it up. Push button start. Now the center gauge right here is nice. I really like this gauge in the middle. It looks really cool at night as well. And when you change modes to sport mode, sport plus, or eco, that will change with you as well. So it's pretty cool. And then on the left, we've got our information display. It's not a sliding ring like it is on some of the other models. I'll just kind of scroll through here. Trip computer information. Pretty basic stuff with this. It's kind of a small screen. You can even see where the power is going. And this is a front wheel drive bias. You got navigation that can be seen, audio, your lane keeping system, and radar cruise control. And then you can even customize all of those settings on here as well. And I have a detailed look at all of this in my settings, or my safety video, and I'll put the link in the description. Another nice feature is we have rain sensing windshield wipers. You see the auto right there? Really nice, actually undervalued, underappreciated feature. We have metal paddle shifters on here. We'll test those out in the test drive. We've got really nice materials up here as well. So, I mean, this all feels really solid. I would not expect any rattles to come through this dash. All the materials in here feel high quality. Now, right in front of us, standard is going to be an 8-inch touchscreen, but we have the optional 12.3-inch screen, which can be split. I've got Apple CarPlay, and now we even have Android Auto on here. You've got Amazon Alexa. Plus, this screen never used to be touch, but now it's touch. So that is pretty cool. I'm glad that it is. It's kind of far away, which is a little bit of a bummer, but you can at least like rest your hand up on the shelf to touch everything that you need to. You can still use the scrolling pad down below. So I've found myself using both actually. So I like how you can have a split screen, so you can have whatever you want on the main screen. And then over here, you can have your fuel economy, you can have your radio, you can even have like your seating settings, all of that. There's a quick menu button down by the touchpad. to where you can quickly get to some of this stuff. I wish there was a couple other things right down here, but we have all the necessary buttons and features below the screen, which I'll show you. You can customize everything on here a little bit, some of the vehicle settings, just basic settings, audio settings. So overall, I do like this system. It looks really nice, it's clean, it works well, and we even have a panoramic view monitor. So if I just hit the button, it's going to show this kind of around the car. I can also change that to look over top, and when you're driving, you can have it automatically show up. So if I put it in reverse, we've got our backup camera, but you can also see that we've got our surround view monitor over there. So parking is a breeze. You can have it automatically come up or not come up. It's up to you. And of course on there, it's going to show us our parking sensors as well, rear cross traffic alert paired with our blind spot monitoring in the mirrors. We have the optional 15 speaker system from Mark Levinson, which is really nice. It sounds great, 835 watts. Now below that, we get the clock, typical of Lexus, kind of a premium feature right there. And for those of you that like CD players, you still get a CD player as well. And you've got some really nice feeling knobs, the volume tuning knob. I'm serious, everything here just feels premium. Got your quick action buttons, dual zone climate control right here, which is easy to use. Even got vents in the back seat. And then right below that, we've got a parking brake. We have a brake hold button. You've got your heated seats, ventilated seats, and you can have that on an automatic mode if you want, to where it'll just adjust it on the fly depending on your temperature settings. A little bit of space right here, and there's even 2 USB ports back there as well. And one thing that I like is a space for my phone. I don't use it, but just to have it next to me so I don't have to put it in my pocket. Just a quick space right there that works well. Mine's a plus size, so it is pretty good. The bottle holder on this front one is fairly deep, and then you've got a shallow one right there. So you can fit some smaller mugs in here if you want, or some tall stuff. Here's our touchpad, similar to what we saw before. We have our drive mode button for Eco Normal. You can customize it, Sport, Sport Plus. You can even split traction between the front and rear axles so that you've got 50-50 split. Traction control button, and even this right here is just nice, high quality. Then back here, I love this extension of the armrest so that you can rest your hand and use that. Otherwise, you've got a nice soft armrest right here. Pull it up, you've got really good lighting inside of there. You've got a couple more USB ports, even an auxiliary port and a 12-volt power outlet, and it's good size. Lexus even gives you a locking felt lined glove box that is soft opening. You've got nice materials up on there on the dash again. We have an automatic dimming rearview mirror with garage controls. I like these lights because they are touch sensitive, which is pretty cool. I mean, you don't even have to be accurate. You've got a panoramic roof in here, which is an optional feature. And it goes back pretty far. It's not quite as big as some, but it does go back far enough. It is nice. And the only sacrifice here with that is that you've got a tiny worthless sunglass holder. And I don't know if it's just because of the panoramic roof or not, but it is worthless. Now, as far as the visibility, those front pillars aren't too bad, and you'll notice that we have a black headliner in here. The Lexus has a kind of a, you know, a pretty fast slope back there, so there is a blind spot. I'll let you decide what you think of that. And another nice thing is that we have LED ambient lighting in this F Sport model, which is pretty nice. It's nothing crazy, no colors, but it's just a calm environment. Now, the back seat of the RX 350 is still a really nice, comfortable place. You've got some decent height on these seats, so your legs aren't just dangling. And at 5'9", sitting behind myself, I've got good knee space, plenty good knee space and foot space. Can't really complain about that. I've got good head space as well, and the seats themselves are soft and comfortable. Now, I've had a rear-facing car seat in the middle right here. My wife has been sitting in the back seat, and she felt a little bit squished, and she's a small lady, so the seats aren't that wide, and most time people will probably have a car seat on either side. We have a center folding armrest with a couple of cup holders, and it is nice and soft. LED lighting right up above. There are mat pockets on the back of both seats, and we have rear AC vents. No AC controls, but we have vents and 2 fast charging USB ports. And then over on the door, we still have really nice soft materials, exactly like we do up front. And then right up above, you've got the nice, big, large panoramic moonroof. Now under the hood for this 2020 Lexus RX, we still have the same power plant. We've got the 2GR 3.5 liter V6, very well known, reliable, dependable engine. It is direct and port injected, which is a big plus to me. One difference with this F Sport model though is you actually get a cold air intake, and this is going to put out 295 horsepower, 268 pound-feet of torque, paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission. Premium fuel is recommended though, which is kind of weird because it's the same power plant that you get in the Highlander. This has just a little bit more torque. So miles per gallon for this all-wheel drive model is going to be 19 city, 26 highway, 22 combined, and then 20 and 28 with the front-wheel drive model. 0 to 60, if you're curious, is 7.9 seconds with this all-wheel drive, and towing is 3,500 pounds. All right, thank you so much for sticking around for the test drive. Now, my first impression of this Lexus RX 350 is that it just feels smooth and it feels solid. It's just a pleasant vehicle to drive, and I think that's what you want, right, in a vehicle like this. I mean, it's just nice. It's smooth, it's quiet, it doesn't go above and beyond in any of those categories, but it's just a very nice package overall. And we'll get it up to speed a little bit. I'll talk about some of the handling, the ride comfort, and just my experience with it over the past week. Now, right off the bat, we are in normal mode. We're gonna go ahead and get on it a little bit. Very nice linear acceleration. I really love this naturally aspirated V6 that we get with this. There's very rarely ever any hesitation with this transmission. There are some times at lower speeds, maybe like in the 20s, when you're slowing down and then you kind of start to accelerate again, where it will almost, it doesn't like bang, but it kind of, it just gets a little unsettled at times. But for the most part, when you just get on it, it just kicks down and it goes. I mean, it doesn't take a whole lot. And with this F Sport model, this is the sportier model. We've got an adaptive suspension, actually, sport tuned suspension, adaptive dampers. So you would expect it to handle pretty well. And I gotta be honest, there's a lot more body lean in this vehicle than I was expecting. In fact, the RX 350L that I tested last year, it felt smoother, which it probably should, considering it's not a sport tuned vehicle, but it was also quieter, and that might have to do with the tires on this one. The tires can make a huge difference, so I wouldn't be surprised if that's part of it. But it's not loud in here. I still had good decibel ratings. I didn't get one on the interstate, but my highway, it was still good. It wasn't as good as last time though. I would like to see that be a little quieter, but there's like no wind noise. All you really get is a little bit of road noise, so small complaint. Now let's put it in sport mode. We have sport and sport plus, and you get the most out of the dampers and that steering in sport plus. So let's do sport plus. Zoom. Gets up to speed quick. And if you can see the speedometer, the gauge right in front of me, it holds the RPMs. It's an attractive looking speedometer as well. It turns white with red for the RPMs. It's pretty cool. Now, we're just back in normal mode for a second. And when I kind of get on the brakes a little bit, the brakes have a nice feel. It's a linear feel. It's nothing aggressive. You don't have to mash on the brakes in order to get it stopped. It just feels normal. Now let's actually use those paddle shifters now. And they're smooth, fairly quick on the way up. Now we're in 5th gear, downshift to 4th. And the one thing about this engine, naturally aspirated, we don't have a lot of torque and a lot of power at lower RPMs. And this actually has active corner braking, so it's supposed to help prevent understeer. And I just don't have the confidence to take this around a corner very fast. And you guys aren't going to really be doing that with this vehicle, but considering it's the F Sport and Lexus talked about the improved handling, the thicker stabilizer bars, I was expecting it to drive a little sportier, but honestly, that's not why I would get this vehicle. I would get it for its comfort factor. Just hands down. I'm comfortable in here. My wife has been comfortable. When she's in the back seat, it's a little narrow with the car seat back there, but small complaint. That's not to say it doesn't have nice steering and handling. I mean, it feels good anytime except when you are pushing it. And acceleration has been fine. I have my miles per gallon has been kind of messed up. I've restarted it a couple times and made a couple real short trips. 40 miles an hour, pedal down. And you can really tell just how quick that suspension goes, or that transmission goes. It kicks down and it goes, especially in this sport mode. And eco mode is just gonna dull the throttle. That's really all it does. Now, you heard a little bit ago the beeping when I was going around that corner. The Lexus Safety System Plus 2.0 is standard on here, and I've got an entire video talking about that, so be sure to check that out. Now I'm just gonna get you on a little bit of a louder road surface here so you can kind of hear some of that road noise. It's not bad, but it is there. It is more noticeable than it was in that other RX. And I'm sure you can hear that. It's definitely all road noise. I don't hear like any wind noise whatsoever, which is fantastic. And in terms of ride comfort, I've already told you this is comfortable. The thing about it though is you feel everything there. I mean, not everything, but you do feel some of the little annoyances in the road, but there has not been a single nothing harsh at all get in here. I mean, I've had some pretty big potholes or bumps or cracks, and of course you notice some, but it's not anything that's rough or harsh. And that's gonna wrap up the test drive. We're just gonna do one more acceleration run, and then that's gonna wrap up the test drive here. So let me know what you think of this kind of point of view camera. I just love the way that V6 feels. It just feels great. Haven't had any trouble driving this throughout the week. The safety systems have been nice. The panoramic parking camera has been nice. It's just everything you'd expect in a luxury vehicle. So leave your comments down below. So when it's all said and done, after running through everything on this 2020 Lexus RX 350, I think it's a really nice vehicle. It is priced fairly high, considering it doesn't drive quite as well in terms of performance for being an F-Sport model. There's a couple things on the interior that could be upgraded, but overall, it's really nice. It still feels luxurious. It's gonna be a reliable vehicle. You've got this great 3.5 liter V6. Overall, I was still very comfortable inside. Thank you so much for watching. Check out some other videos and subscribe if you like this one. Have a great rest of your day.